I'm Nadia Fall and I'm the Artistic Director of Stratford East.
And I'm Eleanor Lang and I'm the Executive Director of Stratford East.
Wow, that's a question. Eleanor? It's like a roller coaster or an adult ghost train. There are thrills and spills. You might have a cardiac arrest at any moment.
Yeah. And also like a juggle, like there's continually about to drop something. Like what is the thing you can't drop?
Yeah.
And what's the hole you have to plug? Because I'm mixing a lot of metaphors now.
Yeah. But it is all things, you know, it's joyful, exciting. You know, it changes every day, every week through the seasons, whether it's a panto that we've got on or a serious sort of political play or a piece of dance. And the work sort of informs our vibe in the building. So it is never the same thing twice. It never feels like any day is the same old thing, which is quite thrilling.
And it can also go from like being quite glamorous or like going to a nice event and like being with the donors and having lovely champagne to also then, you know, clearing up something at the end of the evening, finding a mouse, all of those type of things. So it's, you know, it's the roller coaster, I think, is
definitely, yeah.
I mean, the obvious answer is the pandemic. I think
the pandemic was a real shock to the entire country, the world, and to theatre. But there was something about it, because we were all in the same situation, that in the end, you didn't feel like it was just you going through a thing. And it was a real moment of community, I think, us within the theatre and also within the sector. And yeah, we couldn't come in, which was really odd because our livelihood is live. That's what we do. But we really communicated, I felt, really well over Zoom. We had loads of time. And so we actually talked a lot. And we had nothing to lose in a way in that moment. So we actually made loads of work.
And it like definitely became exciting coming out of it. But there was that moment of going, we have to rethink everything we do, how we work, how we fund, how we work, what we put out, how we engage with audiences, how we engage with staff. So I think that in terms of a kind of a low moment, but then good things coming out of it.
Yeah. I think the second, it was, at first we produced loads of microfilms. We were really, you know, thought creatively around the problem. We did shows in a basketball court. We did radio plays. We did a piece for Sky Arts, you know. So we tried to think creatively if the doors were closed. But at some point we needed to be in. And it's the second lockdown and the repetition that started getting exhausting. And we just thought, is this ever going to end? And are we ever going to recover from this financially and spiritually? You know, we've all put a brave face on theatre now, but we're still sort of in the shadow of what happened then, very much so. Yeah. Got lots. It's hard to choose. I remember feeling very emotional about the first time we came back to a live audience, and after the pandemic, and we did socially distanced plays. And
also actually the first time we opened the bar after the pandemic, and it wasn't socially distanced. Like I also remember that you made a speech on the first social distance night we opened. I remember weeping at the back of the stalls. But actually that moment in the bar in September, what it would have been September 21, where we suddenly had a full house for the first time, and we had people eating and drinking and not being socially distanced, and the theatre feeling alive again, like properly alive. That I think we both had a bit of a leap.
It was really emotional and shockingly so. Like, I didn't think it would get me. I really didn't want to do a speech. I was like, nobody wants to hear from an artistic director. They just want to watch the show. But actually, I think everybody did want to come together and acknowledge the moment. And I just think generally Stratford, it's sort of, there is no other theatre like it. And I've worked all across the world and up and down the country, there is something where you can see an amazing, funny, moving, entertaining piece of theatre and then go into the bar and there's like the electric slide is being danced, or there's a salsa class, and it's good vibes. On a good day, money can't buy that spirit. It's just something I'd love to bottle and sort of spray on my neck every day. It's really, really, really special.
Eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables. Do your 10,000 steps. No, I think, well, that's half a joke, because really you need to be incredibly resilient. Everything's a bit fragile now. We all are. And the industry is. And so because money's tight and people are worn out, you really do need to think of it as a marathon, not a sprint, that it's a little bit every day, and it's, sort of talk to each other and say it's all going to be all right, and have that resilience and also a sense of humour. Because I think when you laugh together, it's sort of not insurmountable.
Yeah.
You've got to realise, it's really tough, but it is storytelling that we do. It is showbiz. We're not in A&E. It's an A&E of sorts, but and have a sense of humour about it, because that's what gets us through. Definitely. Every so often we have a real gossip, and you can hear cackling at the back of when you're on a telephone call, and that's what makes me happy about Stratford East.
And I also think just remembering the show, what you're trying to do. You're trying to make really good shows that audiences will enjoy or be moved by, or any of those things. But actually thinking, the rest of it supports that, and it's really important to make sure everything works. But actually at the end of the day, it's also about putting really high quality work on the stage. And actually it's also about making sure you hold to that, because otherwise why does anyone want to work here? Why does anyone want to come to the theatre? So I think that's the bit you've both got to agree on and know you're both working towards, because otherwise what's the point?
It's easy to forget.
Yeah.
When you're running any kind of charity business, what's the point of it? What's the endeavour? What's the mission? Oh yeah, it's the plays. And I think, anytime you need a reset, you just come and sit in here. Because there's it's like a kind of church. It's got a vibe about it and an atmosphere about it. And without getting too superstitious, it is a real moment when you walk into the space. And, you can forget working up in an office what it's about. So, when we see the shows and we come and sit in here, it's sort of, we're reminded again.